Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program Midday Discourse on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining. On today's edition, we'll be looking at empowering FRSC, that's the Federal Road Safety Commission, and we'll be paying more attention with the special squad, that has passed second reading, and then the bill. We'll be focusing more on the bill itself. But let me bring you up to speed with what the House of Reps members had to say. The House of Representatives took steps towards ensuring road safety in Nigeria. Looking at those angles now, they're taking steps in what angle, but you might be wondering how. Well, let me just bring you up to speed with everything that's going on. This follows the passage of the second reading of the bill to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Act of 2007. The bill, co-sponsored by two all-progressive Congress lawmakers from Ondo and Oyo states, Abiodun Adeshida and Olaide Mohammed, respectively, seeking to establish a road safety special armed squad. The squad will enhance the Commission's ability to prevent and minimize road safety crashes if the bill scales through legislative scrutiny to become a law. Additionally, the proposed legislation aims to grant benefit to corps officers on the rank of deputy corps marshal, including retirement benefits. This move, according to the lawmakers, will boost the morale and motivation among Federal Road Safety Corps personnel to carry out their day-to-day activities, their duties. The bill also empowers the Road Safety Commission to manage road traffic administration and safety, including preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes, supervising users of public roads, and regulating traffic. So these are the reasons why these two lawmakers pushed for this bill, for the amendment, and for a special squad to be created within the Federal Road Safety Corps, right? All of Nigerians have reacted differently towards this bill getting to the second reading and then even passing through. So some Nigerians have argued that the House of Reps members are, having thoughts on having issues like this, on having this squad being created and arms being given to them. Let's backtrack to October 2020, October 20th, 2020, where protests erupted almost all over the country, where youths and other Nigerians came out and were agitating and calling for to end SARS and end police brutality in Nigeria. Most developed nations are using technology to be able to manage traffic offenders and manage traffic laws. A lot of Nigerians have argued that this initiative can be used in Nigeria instead of creating a special squad and handing guns over to the road safety officials. People have argued that they've seen scenarios and on different platforms and on the road where road safety officials have, jumped and hung on people's vehicles just to make a point. But Nigerians have said this is not the way to go. If a special squad must be created, or if they need additional hands, they should merge them with the NCDC or, Civil Defense Corps or even Nigerian police to, there should be a form of a joint task force to be able to help the Federal Road Safety Corps to be able to establish and then take out their duties. That creating this room, a lot of Nigerians have said, is going to create more room for more expenditure, even the fact that this government is looking for a way to cop out its expenditure. So there's just been a whole lot of reaction around this statement from different opinions, different Nigerians, and different public affairs analysts. But on today's edition, I have a guest who will help us understand and extract if this is actually necessary at this point, or if it's going to be done, look at measures and regulations that need to be put in place to be able to access all of this. We'll be going on a quick break, and then when we return back, I'll be introducing my guest who is joining us virtually. Please do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here.
Many thanks for staying with us. If you're just joining, this is Midday Discourse on Global Television. And now it's time for me to introduce my guest who will help us understand all of this in special squad and then the bill being passed, or passing its second reading in the House of Representatives. Someone who's going to help us understand it is Mr. Larry Toluhi, my big brother, joining us all the way from United Kingdom. Good afternoon, Mr. Larry.
Good afternoon, Sam. It's a great time to be here. Good
Always
afternoon,
great.
everyone at home.
It's always it's so let's get into it. Let's get into it, Mr. Larry. Okay, special squad within the Federal Road Safety Corps. What's your reaction to it passing the second reading? First, let's start from there. What's your reaction to it passing the second reading?
My reaction is just like it has always been in a lot of things. But the Nigerian National Assembly has taken as priority, and you look at them and you begin to wonder, are these guys really member of the societies? Because they have other reading or there are other bills that should have gone through faster than these, or more important, that will bring more importance to the life of Nigerians. But these guys don't see those as what to do. They just, some just wake up someday, and because a senator, a House of member feels he needed to do one or two things, or he needed to make his name known or her name known, and they sponsor all kind of funny bills. And we just won't begin to wonder where and how did we get here? Because I wouldn't be expecting that the Nigerian National Assembly will be thinking of arming the traffic or the transport enforcement body with weapons, where there's the Steve report that is proposing merger of such body with the Nigerian police and other things. And you begin to wonder that at times we go parallel lines in our policies and our approach to implement policies that we have. Then once we now know why we have refused to grow as a nation, why we have remained where we are, because we've had people that have not truly represented the will and the anticipation or the yearnings of the people.
So this has been a major conversation going on back home here where a whole lot of people have reacted differently to it. But do you think that there is a need for this to be, for this special squad to be created within the Federal Road Safety Corps, or there should be a form of joint task force with the Federal Road Safety Corps and other, security agencies? We have tons of them in Nigeria.
There's no need. There's no need for any special squad to be created. Well, those sponsoring this and so those lobbying for this, know why they are sponsoring and lobbying for this. I can tell you that those sponsoring and lobbying for this are doing that for their own selfish reason. They are doing that because they know, okay, there'll be new contracts to train, there'll be new contracts to arm, there'll be new contracts to do this and that. And they're only doing it not because of the love for the people of the nation, not for the love for the nation, but for the love for their own pocket. Because you see, why are we not merging? Like I said, why are we not merging the civil defense, the Nigerian, the road safety, the VIO with the police? This can just be a directorate. This can be, how do they call it in the police? Is it directorate? Yeah, should be a directorate in the police force and do all that. There is no need to do to establish any special squad, because you see, you give these guys special squad, they start carrying weapons, they start carrying all stuff, and before you know, they'll start killing Nigerians at will. You see on the same road safety corps members, you see them jump into people's vehicle indiscriminately. They feel they're above the law. We've seen videos, we've seen viral videos of some of them have caused nasty accidents everywhere. You want to arm these guys to kill more Nigerians. You see, this is where some of us have problem with these guys. These are policy makers, or the guys in the legislative. Their inability to actually think through a lot of processes. They don't sit and they don't pause. They don't think through these processes. They don't use the right tools in the analysis. They don't use the right analytical tools such as the SWOT, just as how smart are these they are how smart are these their process they want to go through. They just wake up and somebody's just thinking something. Oh, this is good idea. Oh, because I've looked at somewhere somebody's not respecting a road safety corps officer. Oh, I think if they're carrying weapon, if they're armed, people will respect them. Oh, they should be armed. They're not looking at the pros and the cons. They are not doing a holistic analysis, an holistic thinking about this process. So it breaks my heart to know that we are running a system where even those are the legislative arms, majority of them don't even know the right tools to use for the right analysis.
The Ramsay reports, which this current administration have said they'll be looking into, and then they'll try as much as possible to curb down the cost of governance. Nigerians have been clamoring that the cost of governance is one of the major reasons why Nigerians are suffering, and there is no balance. Just those that are up there are enjoying, and those that are lower are just tend to suffer the current economic hardship, where someone who is earning over 14 million naira would come out and say this said salary is not enough for him. And in some states, the minimum wage of 70,000 naira that was approved in the month of July has not yet, been paid to a few. Some states are just adopting it, and then some, on a good note, willing to pay it 5,000 and co. Now, talking about cutting governance and cost of governance, new ministry was created, a ministry for livestock, and now we are talking about creating another special squad. Do you think this administration is actually working on cutting the cost of governance?
Oh, I've told you several times, we've had conversation on and offline, and I've told you, we have a government or this particular administration, to say the least, they are a government that run on contrary policies. They contradict themselves on daily basis. This is a it is not eternal. I call them, it's not an administration, I call them a regime because they do things as if they're in the military era. This is a regime that have decided to do things in a funny way. A regime that deceived Nigerians that they want to come bring in some positive changes, economical. They'll bring economic discipline. But they came and they started with 48 ministry, the largest since independence. Now they're gone to 49. So this is the largest. Now they want to arm the Nigerian Federal Road Safety Corps. Now is another white goose chase or white goose project, whatever you want to call it, white elephant project, whatever thing you want to call it. Now is another way to waste money. And this is the same government that will go hand in hand begging people all over the world that they don't have funds, they should come borrow their money, they should come invest. You think any nation or anybody in the world will take this set of people serious? This is the same set of people that felt that the Mercedes-Benz S series that is being used by former presidents in Nigeria that were just bought is not needed, that they had to go and buy an expensive Escalade that even the American government is probably not using. The same government that went to go and buy themselves a passenger aircraft as a private jet. This is at the thing, the same government that is going to summits and they go with thousands of people. They're not serious. They're not thinking of cutting anything. They don't want to cut anything. It's just like telling Nigerians sweet, beautiful rubbish, like, pardon my language, but that is the word. They tell Nigerians sweet rubbish, so Nigerians will dance to what they were saying. They don't want to cause any cause, and they don't have idea. Because I think one of the problems they have is because they don't have idea. They're just looking for things that they will do for some set of people to clamor for them, to clap for them and say, oh, you've done well. They are not really thinking any process through. This is the same regime that felt changing the national item from what it used to be to the old one that was discarded was the way forward. So this is the same regime that, see, look, there are a lot of things these guys have done that when you look at it, you don't actually pause and ask them, who are those in the strategy room? Who are those running strategy, running policies for them? Um, it is sickening to know that this is a nation that pride itself with various intellectuals, with people of timber and caliber that could do things for them. But yet we are stuck with people that cannot even think through. They can't even think through. They're not even thinking as good as a child in nursery three, because that's what they are doing. Because you told Nigerians that you want to cut costs, and then you kept on doing things, implementing things that will make you spend more money. So how do you cut costs? But I don't blame them. The wife or their wives will still come out and tell us that they are husbands, and the husband of the wives will come and tell us that it's not their wives that's causing the economic hardship, that Nigerians are only thinking it. But only one would pause and wonder how we got here, because like I keep saying, how we got here, I still can't reason it, I still can't understand how we got here. And we really need to start getting out of this conundrum.
The lane is not just so memorable. We have a lot of bumps on those lanes, but still, we still need to go back those memory lanes to be able to have our facts checked and then straight. Let's backtrack a bit. October 20th, 2020, where a whole lot of youths all over Nigeria came out and then protested against police brutality. And we tend to see some persons, got killed. Some persons up to now are still displaced. We've not been able to, find them. Families have not been able to find their loved ones since this incident. Now, looking at these factors now, we talked about police brutality a few years ago. Now, a special squad is being created. How do you think this current administration, and then the Federal Road Safety Corps will be able to, measure and then prevent firearm related accidents, because like you rightly mentioned, and we've seen that sometimes online, even virtually and physically, you see road safety officers jumping on people's cars. If this bill gets passed and then this special squad gets created, and then arms gets to be given to these guys in the special squad, how sure are we can be able to prevent firearms related accidents?
There's no good sure. There is no good sure. If there's an English like that, so there's no good sure. The truth is, some of these guys are reckless. They are humans. They are Nigerians. Some of them are frustrated. Sorry, they're disgruntled. A lot of them are disgruntled. It's just the truth. And they wear uniform. So what do we expect them to do? They're going to look. Believe me, Nigeria and Nigerians don't want to see these guys armed. Already the Nigerian police that carry weapons, we've seen a lot of accidental discharged. Then you want to give road safety? The same road safety guys. Look, the truth is there are a lot of professional. Look, I can tell you more than 80% of them were professional. I give that to them. But you see, the few percent that are bad or that can be disgruntled might cause a lot of trouble. And you don't want that in a nation like Nigeria. The Nigerians are already going through enough of neck pressing. We don't need, because you are just saying you're going to use taxpayer money to arm some set of people. These people you want to arm might end up accidentally discharging weapon on them. See, in the world of today, in the 21st century, Nigeria is still thinking like archaic nation, where we think everything has to go through weapon and weaponry. What happened to technology? What happens to technology? You see, I know Lagos was doing that at the time. What it is done everywhere, where you beat the traffic light and you're in your house, somebody's giving you a letter. You don't even need these guys to stop people that you've you beat the traffic light. Nobody is disturbing anywhere in the world. You beat the traffic light, put a fine on it. As you are getting to your house 3, 4 days after you beat the traffic light, a camera showing you so that you cannot deny it how you have beaten the traffic light, and this is the fine. Why don't you have a computerized system? We don't even need this guy. The truth is, why don't you have a computerized system for your automobile department, where every vehicle that is come to Nigeria, that is coming to Nigeria, is registered, and everyone that is purchasing any vehicle, whether seventh hand or eighth hand or 100 hands, you know who owns a vehicle at a particular point in time, with a reg number to it at a particular point in time. So when the documents are expired, you are being required, or you are being prompted to remind you that a document has expired, go renew your documentation. And if you don't, you get fined. If you are beating any traffic light, or you are going against any traffic rules, once you've done that, no problem. You get to your house, you get a letter, you get served, and you get fined for it. Those are what everybody is doing. That's what everybody in the world is doing. I know Lagos was doing beating traffic light and get. So why can't we do what is right? Why are we living as if we are in 80 AD? No, no, 100 BC rather, not even AD. 100 BC. We are living as if we are 100 BC. And these same people making this law of living 100 BC, these lawmakers, they are good to know that they need to buy vehicles that more than 200 million naira vehicles. That's only when they are smart. But when it comes to just sitting down and think a little bit, they don't do that. The only time they think is when they want to get their vehicle, they want to get national cake and get their holiday allowances, like they call it, putting in their boot. That's only when they are smart, and that's only when how to know how to coin words for it. They just don't do what is right. How on earth, or which country are you seeing people stopping on the highway and raising up their hands like this and stopping moving vehicle? And funny enough, the slogan for road safety is safety first, safety always. But there is no safety always on the highway.
That the Ministry of Science and Technology is taking notes to see how other countries are using technology to monitor a whole lot of traffic challenges. Well, let's go on a quick break, and then when we return back, Midday Day continues.
Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here. Check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here.
many thanks for staying with us. We just had to go on that quick break. And if you're just joining, you're just halfway down the program. Well, I've been having a great conversation with Mr. Larry Toluhi, who is a public affairs analyst, and we've been extracting the bill that has been passed by the House of Representatives on Federal Road Safety Corps members having to create a special squad. Mr. Larry, there have been several incidents of police brutality, and we've seen a few police officers reportedly getting, discharged from the police force. So, in looking at this aspect now, if this law gets passed, what mechanism do you think should be in place in terms of reporting incidents or misconduct by members of this special squad that the Federal Road Safety Corps are set to create?
Sammy, the truth of the nature is serious government and serious people don't go for don't go for corrective measures. They go for preventive measures. They go proactive rather. So they go for preventive measures. I expect them to be preventive, to be proactive, and not go through with this, because going through with this, it will now be determined by who is in charge when something is in charge. Because let's face it, we are humans, we are Africans, we know how it is. If we have a court martial that anything goes with, a lot of things will happen and nobody will be prosecuted, nobody will be punished. We knew that in this Nigeria, we all knew that in this present Nigeria we are in, we've seen a lot of accidental discharge and nothing happened. Until recently, we have seen that people are being prosecuted, people are being dismissed. But you see, when people get dismissed, whether you dismiss or you actually even jailed someone, is it bringing back those that have been killed? Is it bringing them back? The answer is no. So why allow people to be killed for you to jail? And we look, if the allegations that is going around, where we heard that some people don't even do the jail times, we've just heard one. We are still investigating that the same National Assembly is investigating how somebody was supposed to be in jail, and a godfather somewhere is calling to tell the person not to go to jail, and the person was given an apartment, and the person had a maid even looking after them. Is that the same system we want Nigerians to believe in? You see, that's what I'm saying. This same National Assembly is the one investigating that, and this same National Assembly is one that think they should be arming another government agency with some few elements might decide to go rogue, because the truth is they are human. Anywhere in the world, anybody with weapon might decide to go rogue. You can't control it. So I'm not blaming them. So what you do is you actually be proactive, you prevent such from happening. Why not go the technological way? You don't even need the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. All you just need is somebody in road safety to think well, somebody in road safety to think abroad, to think with people, to look for a think tank team and think, how can we improve this? Somebody in road safety, somebody in Nigerian custom, somebody somewhere. Just have something to think to bring a robust traffic system. That is what we need. Because believe me, I'm not even going to talk about how they want to now start taking care, they want to now punish those that have erred. Why even empower them? Why give them weapon to do that? That don't need weapon. The world had gone. The world is going, and Nigeria is. Look, it will be painful that Nigeria is stagnant and the world is going. But as we are not even stagnant, we are retrogressing, we are moving backward. When you're stagnant, you're not moving forward, but you're not moving backward. You are just there. But in our case in Nigeria, we are retrogressing, we are moving backward, because it is archaic to think that anybody is thinking to weaponize a government agency is the way to do law enforcement. Law enforcement has gone beyond weapons.
You've made mention of the fact that the House of Reps are have one investigation going on, and now they're looking to pass this bill. Do you think in any way that this special squad that is going to be created, if it does get created, do you think there's any good it's going to, lead to in terms of securing Nigerian roads, mostly the highways?
There's no good, there's no single good. Believe me, they're just going to have more people with weapon, and somebody might decide to be trigger happy among them. Like I told you, there are a lot of professionals in the Federal Road Safety Corps. I won't deny. I can tell you, I know they have more than 80 to 85% of their staff that are professional. True. And I give kudos to them. But I'm telling you, that one egg, that one bad egg, that one rotten egg in the midst of 1,000 egg has spoiled the whole thing, because if that is the one your guest goes to pick, so your guest is going to think every egg is rotten. So there's not going to be a good thing. It's just going to probably be more, more traffic incidences, more road, more highway accidents, more highway robbery, because anything can happen. So we need to just understand that we don't need all that. All they should be thinking is digitalizing the Nigerian traffic management.
Laid out one of the solutions to traffic challenges. So we're hoping that, like you made mention, digitalizing it. So technology is actually taking over globally. Lots of businesses and lots of activities. A lot of people do stuff via technology, and we're hoping that all of this will be adopted and Nigeria would start moving forward. But aside that, let's look at other angles, around security and or vigilantes, have weapons, because obviously those ones are in the rural communities. But looking at the urban cities now, what key drivers now will this House of Reps pay more attention to be able to secure the roads, instead of creating a special squad and then handing weapons to um, government officials?
Yeah, you see, to secure the Nigerian road is a bit easy. We have the vigilantes, and we have the joint task force, we have the police, all of them there, the Nigerian. I mean, who at times I wonder why they are on those highways, but okay, they are there. See what happens to all digitalizing. Look, like I say, if you have a vehicle in Nigeria, if you have digitalized system where every vehicles in Nigeria documented, they know who has a vehicle. Okay, let me tell you one short story. Look, my vehicle, there was a time I got a vehicle some times back, and there was a recall on the vehicle. There was a recall on the passenger airbag of the vehicle. And I got the vehicle now up to 3 weeks. And I got a letter in my house telling me, oh, yeah, we know that you are the new owner of this vehicle now. There's a recall on the passenger airbag of a particular model. Can you be to the next service center, call this next service center or any service center around you? And I quickly called, and they told me, and that was done. Now, what I'm saying now is, I know they knew they knew I had the vehicle at that moment in time. Nothing stopping Nigeria to have such system. And believe me, we are smarter. The people that built this system for most of these nations are Nigerians. When you go look for them, you see them. There are a lot of Nigerians, brilliant set of people. So why you don't calling these people? Why you not engaging them? Because you see, if you want to keep the road safe, it is not by giving weapons. Yes, even when you give the weapon and there is a gunfight and they are being overpowered, you are empowering the robbers to get more weapons, because believe me, they will still take those weapons. I know you saw the report coming from the NSA's office saying that a lot of the weapons in the arms of the 80, I think it's like 85 or how many percentage of the weapons in the hands of non-state actors or the hands of bandits and all that were initially government-owned weapons. That was what he said. The report is out there, and this same set of people want to. Like, it is pathetic to even sit out. We are discussing this. It is sickening. It is because you look at it. You just see a report from the office of the NSA telling you that the weapons that the bandits and these guys are using to terrorize Nigerians were majorly owned by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because maybe at a particular time there was a fight, there was a duel, there was all that. They were overpowered and they carted away with this stuff. And now you want to bring in one weapon in the hands of people, that you want to. God, see, we need to tell ourselves the truth. We need to stop this dirty, shameful, and shameless dancing we like dancing around and face reality and do what we need to do in the name of prosperity, in the name of posterity, in the name of we wanting to leave legacy for the generations to come, in the name of we wanting Nigeria to go beyond our generations and generations to come. We need to start facing things head on and holistic and realistically and stop playing to these shameless dramas and unnecessary shenanigans.
What do you think is the major problem? Do you think the system has a whole lot of loopholes and we need some certain level of revamping within the House of Representatives and then the system generally, the Nigerian system?
The Nigerian system is in shambles. The Nigerian system is archaic. The Nigerian system is full of self-centered people. And one of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria, like every time I've had the reason to talk to people, has been Nigerian constitution. Nigerian constitution conducted itself a lot in a lot of ways, in a lot of ways. And you see, and we have another thing is we love this copy and paste, this copy and paste attitude. We don't know that everything we see out there, the fact that it works in country A does not mean it's going to work in country B. So we need to learn how to domesticate everything we see and use the approach for us that is good. Now, when you talk about the House of Rep and the National Assembly, I can always advise you, it happens to every of all our elective processes from the councillorship to local government chairman to state assembly to House of Rep to the Senate to the governorship to the presidential this thing. Our leadership recruitment process is annoying, is porous, and that we need to rejig, that we need to revamp, we need to sit down and do what is right concerning that. And that power lies majorly on all the citizens, because the citizen needs to now start understanding that when we need to vote in people, we need to know those we are voting in. We need to stop taking those tokens. We need to stop taking those 5,000, those 2,000, those bundle of Ankara or whatever clothes we call them. We need to stop taking bread. We need to stop collecting money on election. We need to stop selling our vote. We need to stop even putting the burden of people with aspiration that wants to run for offices and stop putting all our burdens on them and all that. We need to start electing those that are tested and trusted or those we can see genuineness in them. We need to start listening to people's manifesto and how they want to achieve this manifesto, not just people coming to us and play music and dance and wave broom or wave umbrella or tell us papa mama pikin. No, we need to see what you have. We need to see your policies. We need to see how you intend to implement these policies. We need to see your reasoning. We need to see how you think through processes. And we need to now start listening to people, not coming to jumbo, not coming to election rally or political rally or going to campaign rally, and all we hear is them playing music and dancing and insulting their opponents. No, we need to start asking this question. We need to start having these town hall meetings with people that wants to go into the offices, and while those are already there, we need to start calling for town hall meetings to let them give us feedback of what they've done, why they are representing us at different level. Because if we are doing that, whoever is sponsoring this, the member of the National Assembly that's sponsoring this, the constituent should be asking why this, why don't you go digital, why are you weaponizing, why are you giving more weapon to people for them to be killed, and for those that they should recall them. We need to understand that recall process, not politically motivated recall, a genuine recall of these people. Maybe that will give them a wake-up call.
Do you have as we wrap up? What recommendations do you have now, basically? Because one of my friends will always say, let manifest your manifesto. So what recommendations do you have for Nigerians and then the Nigerian system at large?
Recommendation for Nigerians needs to start holding our leaders accountable. Why we ourselves need to be responsible. We need to stop putting unnecessary burden on politically exposed people. They are not our banks. They are not growing money at the back of their houses that we push all our burdens to them. And by the time we make them borrow a lot of money to run for these offices, so when they get there, all they want to do is recoup what they've spent and they can pay back and stuff for all that. And for the Nigerian system needs to purge itself of this wasteful attitude, of these contradictive processes to itself. You need to put itself of that and begin to do what is right by the people. We need to go digital. We need to digitalize our processes and leave all this archaic mode. We need to learn how to think. I just need to learn how to think things through in a holistic way and not one way through, because our thinking one way through has been what has been causing all this problem we have. We only look at things in one way. We don't look at it at a broader view. We need to start looking at things from an helicopter view where you can look at it from different angles and different processes. That will help the nation to grow.
Larry Toluhi, public political and public affairs analyst. We really sincerely appreciate you for all of your input, and then we hope that the bodies and those involved would be able to take a cue of from your major points on the avenues to get Nigeria working again and not to go ahead with the plan to create this special squad. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of Midday Discourse.
Thank you for having me. It's always a great honor being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And that's how much time will permit us to take for today's edition of Midday Discuss. The House of Reps would definitely do what they deem, what they see fit, and what will benefit Nigerians at large if creating the special squad for the Federal Road Safety Commission is going to be a way forward to securing life and properties of Nigeria. I'm sure they would go ahead and do that. That's how much time will permit us to take on today's edition of Midday Discourse. I am Samuel Odi. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.